Okay, and we are live a little bit earlier than the actual time and a little bit later than I wanted to come on. That's just a result of today being manic. But we have a new trailer. Now, I've waited all day to watch this trailer. I've waited all day to check it out. So we're going to check this trailer out now. Well, I am. And this is, well, hang on, let me just deal with these adverts. But welcome to Chosen Live number 52, the first Chosen Live I've done since my quote-unquote break. And, well, you know, here we are. So let's see who's in the chat. Connor, hello there. What's up? How you keeping, bro? Let me just load the trailer up and get it ready. Now, I'm aware that Shamoon and the lads are streaming on Instagram talking about Cobra Kai for the 50th fucking time, but I say what I need to say regarding it, and I'm going to enjoy talking about something different for once. Lisa, what's up? Jermaine, Dasha, howdy. Shout out to the Kings if you're watching. Okay, let me get a background for Thor, because hang on. Because once I put the image or the video in, there's going to be an image of the background. So I want one that really encapsulates Thor. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. But how are we all doing today or this evening, wherever you are on planet Earth? And what did you think of the trailer? No spoilers, though. I haven't seen it yet. I'm just about to watch it. So don't comment any spoilers just yet, because I'm literally about to watch it within a second. Hold on. Let me just get a nice lightning background. There we go. And then once I share the screen, then it will pop up. Now, where is my headphones? You can tell I literally just got in from work. Where on earth is my headphones? I literally had them like a second ago. Oh, Christ's sake. Okay, this is gonna go horribly wrong. All right, well, I don't know where my headphones are. I might have to just put it in as normal. Might have no choice. Leon, what's up, dude? How are you after Chelsea win? Much better. I got my tickets for Doctor Strange too. Oi, nice. That's what's up. It is brief but cool. Oh, okay. Hey, Tom. Now, where in the hell? I had my... Honestly, I literally had my headphones here somewhere, and now I can't find them. I literally... yeah, fuck it. Screw it. Can't be asked. We roll with it. Okay. Nice seeing you today, bro. I just got in. I'm gonna eat. Get some good grub in you, bro. Now, my background is still Darth Vader. Let's change that. There you go. Lightning, baby. It's only a teaser. We got one more. Sure. Life shit. Oh, no. Hey, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Keep me posted, AR, man. How have you been enjoying Moon Knight? Moon Knight's great. Moon Knight's awesome. I still need to watch episode 3, but the first 2 episodes I love. Please read my chat, because I don't want you to think there's an account thinking it's me. CVO, for the 50 millionth time, I really don't care about all this stuff. You put too much stock into it, bro. I'm here to have fun and entertain people. I'm not here to deal with bullshit. I'm here with... Okay, well, I haven't actually watched this yet, so this is going to be fun. Okay, now I probably only watch it once because the copyright system's a real bitch, but you know, we rolled it. Okay, let's go.
These hands were once
I like that transition.
Woo!
That's nice.
Now they're but humble tools for peace.
I like the song choice. Definitely getting copyright claim for that.
Who I am.
Okay, we're getting a workout montage. All right. Fat Thor's going to normal core.
Live in the moment.
I wonder how long the Guardians will be in it. Probably for like the first half hour of the movie. I do love the song choice. Oh, hello. Go smooth. Hey, Zeus.
Remember what I told you? You ever feel lost?
King Valkyrie.
The eyes of the people that you love.
Aww. Oh, Jesus.
Not me.
What? Just listening.
Not bad. They haven't given away a lot. It's good. Oh, it's Reforged Mjolnir. Nice. Padme Amidala. Hey. You know, I saw this post and it summarized it perfectly. That, you know, this is the year of comebacks for like the Star Wars actors. Like we're getting Darth Vader back. We're getting, you know, Padme back in the form of Jane Foster. We're getting Kenobi back. No worries, AR, man. Keep me posted, brother. Okay, I'm sick, but okay. Yeah, CVO, come on, man. How many times do I keep saying it? TC, yeah, well, you never know. The night is young. Doctor Strange is the freaking man. I like that trailer. I don't love it. I have a very love-hate Hey, the king has arrived. What's up, king? I have a very love-hate relationship with Thor and the MCU's handling of Thor. And in my opinion, the first Thor is the best. I don't care what no one says. But Dark World, you know, it still had the character. It's just the story was a bit lackluster. Made strengthened by Endgame and, you know, that beautiful scene. Let me stop showing that a minute. You know, there's that beautiful scene in Endgame of Frigga and Thor. You know, it's just that great bonding moment that makes Dark World look so much better upon reflection. And I think what's awesome about it is, you know, it really gives you another lens as to what they're kind of going for. Now, I am hoping, right? Because a big problem that I had with Ragnarok was the tone. Now, obviously, it's going to probably be double down from Ragnarok, and it's going to go all in even further. But I am just really hoping that, and also let me know how my audio is sounding, guys. I've got my microphone plugged in, but let me know if it sounds tinny or whatnot. Let me know. Let me just quickly load it up on my phone just so I can hear it as well, because I want to make sure that I'm. Yeah, the first Thor movie. You're damn right. I need a horse, or it's like another. I meant no disrespect. Yeah, the first Thor movie. You're damn right. I need a horse. Okay, yeah, no, right. I sound fine then. What was I saying? Oh, thanks, Connor. Thanks, AR. Cheers, boys. But I was basically saying that, you know, I really appreciated what the first Thor was going for, and then second one, and then Ragnarok was a good rejuvenation of the character, and the song on the bridge where it's like you know, as he's like beating the shit out of the enemies and stuff, like that was cool. But by and large, and Surtur was cool, but it felt like there was something missing. And for me, I like to really digest when there's an emotional scene. And for me, Thor Ragnarok had so many potential emotional scenes that weren't given a chance to breathe or see the light of day, because there was always a situation where it's like, you know, that conversation between Loki and Thor in the elevator is one of my favorite scenes in that entire in the whole MCU. I love it. It's literally, we've got to this point after the Avengers, after Thor 1 and 2, where Loki and Thor, you know, as much as Loki does all these things to Thor, he does care about Thor. It's his brother. And then Thor's at a place of acceptance where he's like, you know, Loki, I thought the world of you. I thought we were going to fight side by side forever. But you're you and I'm me. And, you know, it's like an emotional moment. It's a tender moment. And then Loki's expression, like Tom Hiddleston's facial portrayal of it, it's almost like, you know, oh, wow, that's, you know, man, I didn't realize you felt that way about me this whole time. That's, you know, and it's a nice bonding moment. And then what happens? We can still get help. Get help! My brother, he's dying! Help me! And it's funny, but the thing is, they should have allowed time to breathe. It would be like Cobra Kai season 3, when Daniel turns Robbie into the police. The police has got Robbie like arrested like this. And then Daniel says, we can still get help. And then throws Robbie into the police officer. Like, it's like, why is there not a lot of time to really let these moments soak in and allow us to digest what these characters are going through? And obviously, for the general mass audience, the character of Thor wasn't doing particularly well. And the reimagining of Thor in Thor Ragnarok, you know, got fans on board. But for me, my favorite depiction of Thor thus far is Infinity War Thor, because it's the rejuvenated Thor, but it's also the most powerful Thor, but it's also the Thor that still has that serious edge of the older versions of himself. You know, he's lost all his friends. He's lost his best friend in Heimdall. He's lost his brother. He's lost his mother. He's lost his father. Thor's character is tragic, you know? And just because Jane Foster's now in the fold, I do not fucking want excuse my cursing, I do not want Thor to just be kicked out into the ether. Like, I want it to be really earned. I really want there to be an emotional story point here where we can see both of the Thors running in tandem together. They kept Gore out of the trailer, which I feel was a smart choice. You keep him out of it. And then maybe in, the main trailer, then you have like a shot of him, just a shot, you build you do your usual crazy stuff with the next Thor trailer, and then the final 5 seconds, the wind's blowing everywhere, and then you just see Gore the God Butcher just turn around like that, cut to black, boom. That's how you do it. Now, I know what to expect with this movie. Regardless of who's in it and who's signed up for it, it's going to be Thor Ragnarok double down. And I think, knowing that, I'm going in to just have a good time. I think my favorite version of Thor is like, you dare strike the son of Odin. Like, that's my favorite. And everyone prefers Thor where he's like, he attacked me. Like when he was telling the story about Loki stabbing him. And then he's like, what's with the red? Just pick a color. So to each their own. If that's your favorite version of Thor, then that's your favorite version of Thor. But for me personally, I really prefer the old school Thor, even in the Dark World, where he's like, I did not come here to share our grief. If you betray me, I will kill you. Or it's just like the line that he says to Loki that I absolutely freaking love is, when we fought in the past, just know that I did so with a glimmer of hope that my brother might still be in there. And know this, that glimmer of hope no longer remains to protect you. You betray me, I will kill you. I was like, oi, Thor ain't playing no games in this one. So I do expect Thor and Jane to get back together. I think that is inevitable. It's Thor, Love and Thunder. I mean, you can't disrespect the first two movies by not having Jane and Thor get back together. And then Endgame, Thor's like, Jane, she was my, we were together, and like, they're gonna pay that off. As crazy as like the Thor movies get, they're gonna bring the two of them back together. It's just how it goes. Infinity War Thanos, if he would have. Infinity War, yes, he was. Infinity War Thor is out for blood. Hey, Juice, what's up? Thor, what more could I lose? Exactly. There's a lot of great things with it. A lot of great things. Let me pull up the trailer. Let's talk about it a little bit more. So we're treated to a lovely shot right here of like young Thor running through the forest. Now, I have no doubt in my mind that you might see a young Loki in this at some point, and then it transitions to like a bit of a teenager-ish young adult Thor in whatever terms that means, and then we get normal Thor. And I think one thing I noticed while watching this trailer is Loki said to Thor, Mephisto's in the teaser, confirmed. One thing that Loki said to Thor in Infinity War was, the sun will shine on us again, brother. This whole trailer, the sun is shining literally on Thor this entire trailer. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility that Loki could show up again. Even though Thor is usually with his long hair, I prefer short hair Thor. I prefer long. It just feels more like the character to me. Short hair Thor is cool, but that's just because it was a refreshing change. And that transition right here, this is like literally the definition of Viking Thor. Like, I absolutely love this. And where I hope Thor goes from here is I really want them to progress him to the All-Father, or Rune King Thor, or the All-Father. I want him to get to that kind of level where he's no longer just the God of Thunder. That Jane Foster can have that, but he's like the All-Father. He's the Rune King Thor. He's this kind of level, and with the level of threats that they're bringing into the MCU going forward, like Galactus down the road with the Eternals and the Celestials, Doctor Doom probably down in the pipeline. You need Thor. I don't care what characters they pull from Marvel Comics. You need Thor. You need him in there. And what's awesome even more so is he kind of buries his Stormbreaker here. And if anything, it's almost like he's at peace in this, and he's sort of rebuilding himself after the fallout of Endgame, and he's trying to sort of find his identity again. I agree. I think it's just because they had a ship and they were going off world, so he just thought he'd go with them for a little bit. He would probably spend about maybe 40 minutes of the movie with them, and then they'll go their separate ways. But this just gives me Thanos vibes, where Thanos is sat on the porch at the end of Infinity War, and then it ends. And what I like about this is, again, the sun is shining on Thor quite literally again. So I think it's just that shot right there is cinematic gold. Like, one thing I'll say about Taika Waititi's direction of Thor, I don't really agree with it. It's not what I would do for Thor, but visually he does do a fantastic job in terms of cinematic scope and scale, and I think he really delivers with this. Absolutely delivers. And we get a nice little shot of Thor just sort of like meditating here. So it's almost like Thor's going monk mode in a sense. He's sort of finding his inner balance again. And I think, you know, the way the movie opens up, you'll sort of see him progress. Like, there'll be a time jump where you'll see, like, and I say this in context, Fat Thor at the start of the movie, and you'll be treated to a montage of him working out. And you know how, like, in the beginning of Ragnarok, there was that, you know, as he's like spinning Mjolnir around and beating people up. You know, I literally just feel like this would be the way to open it up. And then this is where, like, the end, after the montage, this is where he's at peace. Like, you just get treated to an opening montage of sort of like very Star-Lord-esque, you know, the down, 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 down. What's the matter with you? Hey, yeah, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know, as he's dancing around the place. Like, that's what it'll be for Thor. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy is heavily, and Thor Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, they're very close in terms of tone. So I do feel like that is an avenue they could go down, where you'll see a montage at the beginning of the movie where Endgame Fat Thor is like working out Mr. Incredible style, and he's cutting, and he's getting swole, and he's getting big, and he's getting, you know, back to the muscle house that we knew him as. And I think even more so when you just look at this shot here of what looks like to be him meditating, and him just sort of, you know, having a bit of a Miyagi-Do presence. And then this bit here, when he opens his eyes, I am positive that right there is going to be like the Guardians probably coming to, you know, say, hey, we could use your help or something like that. This is literally the strongest Avenger. Look on the cap there, the strongest Avenger. Ant-Man Taika Waititi would be perfect for. AR, man, I love doing these, but I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better, man. I'm glad to hear that you're getting better. That's the main thing. Is Rocket seen in the trailer? I'm not too sure. Jacob, you're going to get copyright strike from your singing. Back in black, ahead of set. Like, yeah, bring him on. You think we'll see Surtur again? Not in this movie. I mean, well, you never know, but it's not essential. And then there we go. Look, this is literally Mr. Incredible. You know, like in The Incredibles, after Mr. Incredible gets a job working for Syndrome, and then he fights the first Omnidroid thing, and he gets his ass whooped. Like, he goes on a full-on workout spree where he gets in proper shape. Like, that's exactly what this is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if there's inspiration from it. The only thing it's missing is you know, the Incredibles theme. And then right here, now, I wonder if this skeleton right here has meaning. Maybe there could be some meaning to that in the aspect of Thor maybe dealing with this entity from back in the day, maybe on like a mission with old Asgard or something. Like, that would be really cool. But the problem I have with it is the direction that they're taking Thor is it could be an emotional moment when he's reflecting on the old days and how things used to be with old Asgard and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then they'll just play it off with a joke. They won't allow us time to let it, you know, set in and let it breathe and let it manifest. Like, it would just be, okay, here's a joke. AR, bro, come on, dude. Paid on Friday anyway, so here is a dono. AR, you know what? Everyone raise a toast to AR, right? And say, AR, you're the GOAT. Right now. AR, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. And you know what? I'm going to play you a nice video. There you go. Whenever donations come in, I'll play it. But AR, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you. AR, you are the flipping GOAT. This is what I love. International community. That's what this is about. Even though we're all over the world. Thanks, AR, man. I really appreciate that. Cheers, pal. Now, this right here, this is literally, you know, like in Fast and Furious 7, when Hobbs is in the hospital, he sees the explosion in the distance. He's like, Daddy's got to go to work. And then flexes the cast somehow I don't know, it's Fast and Furious, just forget it. Flexes the cast off of his arm, and then he just, gets a nice little flex and go like this right here. Look at this. I mean, this is literally the definition of, hey, I'm back. Now, going back on my point, you're going to get this first. Workout montage first. Then you're going to get him sat here meditating, Johnny English style. Then the Guardians are going to approach him for help. And then what's going to happen is this. This is going to be after they go and get him after that. And then he's going to be like, swole as hell. And I think what will be played for jokes is the fact that Star-Lord's going to be thinking Thor's fat now. I don't have to worry about his muscle anymore. And what's going to happen is Thor's going to rip his cape off and throw it at Star-Lord, and Star-Lord's going to be like, "Oh, what the hell?" That's exactly what it's going to be, 100%. I mean, look at it, standing tall. That cue the montage right there. I mean, he literally looks like a rock star. And then you got Kraglin, Mantis, Star-Lord. So I don't see Gamora. So I think they'll save Gamora. Where is Gamora? Yeah, I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora? I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora? So I think they'll save Gamora for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And I don't think you'll see her in this movie. But that will be the exit point. So Thor will help the Guardians of the Galaxy with this mission. And then by the time this mission is done, then the Guardians of the Galaxy will say, "Hey, Thor, we're out of here. Peace and love. If you need us, give us a, ring, ring, ring. Give us a bell. We're going to go and find Gamora." That's exactly what I think is going to happen. And I think, the theme of, unless maybe Gamora is in this and they tie into the theme of love. Because, I mean, that needs to be paid off. I mean, as I said, in Endgame, Thor and Jane, it was alluded to there as well. Look at that muscle flex. Damn. And the Guardians basically bugger off. There we go. Look at that. Korg. Hello, my name's Korg. I'm a person. I'm a thing. Taika Waititi is just going to have an absolute blast with that. Is it me, or does he give me Jason Momoa vibes right here? Who is your waifu? Oh, what's that? Hang on. Am I being stupid? Oh, is that like an anime term? Oh, right. Oh, okay. Oh, Gamora is my waifu. Ha! Yeah. I'll answer that in a sec. Fast and Furious opener with the song "We Own It" is legendary. I was watching Fast 6 the other day. Teaser was underwhelming for me. Nothing that really engaged me. Cool cinematography, but other than that, nothing that had my interest. Hopefully, I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, yeah, I'm just going into this. I expect nothing less than what we're getting. I kind of just expect Ragnarok double down. That's just the approach that I'm having with it. It's just, it's nothing major. Oh my god, holy shit! But it's all right. Well, AR, this is the thing. I mean, Attack of the Clones, Padme Amidala was my childhood crush. I'm just saying, and she's in the back in the MCU. So I'm just throwing it out there. Before that, it was Black Widow, but yeah. Hey, I'm back. See, right. Jane and Black Widow. Yeah, those are my wifeys. Now, in this part here, this July, still okay. Keeping a nice rocker font. I can dig it. There we go. And this is clearly New Asgard. Now, I wonder in this if Thor will go to Valkyrie and she'll say, "Hey, we've got a bit of a mission. We need help. Can you go and do whatnot?" Now, this right here, is this a new planet? Because I don't think we've seen this in the MCU thus far. CVO, you don't always have to announce when you're back. If you're back, you're back. If you're not back, you're not back. Come on, for Christ's sake. It's not like people are sitting there chanting, going, "Yay! Come on, Christ." I'm trying to break down a trailer here. But I don't know if this is a trailer. Bollocks. I don't know if this is a planet we've seen already thus far, but it kind of reminds me of Kashyyyk, but really from Star Wars, but really high up. Kashyyyk mixed with Bespin, if that makes sense. But it's interesting. I like it. Very cinematic. Very cinematic. Now, this right here is... Then why do you think I was still hit? CVO. I'm going to time you out in a second if you keep on. It's starting to annoy me. I've told you about this shit before. Stop doing it. Anyway, so we get this, and the Viking boat are actually. Is that an octopus right there? So I presume, yeah, okay. I presume this is an octopus, and then this is just, a lovely lady that Thor has a little smooch with. Tuscan Raider chant. Good morning, GD. What's up, dude? How's everything down under? Not every god. Now this could be a teaser for Gore the God Butcher. This right here, but that might be all that we're getting for Gore in this one. Now this I really like. I wonder if this is him restoring the Bifrost or the bridge, because in the first Thor, that's the same energy right there. So I do wonder if that's them, him restoring like a bridge or something that they can use. Very, very cinematic. This is Zeus, played by Russell Crowe. It's crazy. The cast for this movie, like you got Tessa Thompson, Chris Hemsworth, Russell Crowe, Christian Bale, Natalie Portman. It's a stellar cast. It really is. Not again, another great cinematic shot. I wonder, is that the dragony thing from Ragnarok, or is it something completely different? You see, that's the thing. We're at a point in the Doctor Octopus. Confirmed. It's Mephisto. I think we're at a point now in the MCU where some character like aliens probably have appeared at least more than once now. Looks like he recognizes this one. Now, in this one right here, am I the only one who gets Revenant vibes, right, with like Leonardo DiCaprio? It gives me that kind of vibe. Welcome to New Asgard. Please drive slowly. Now, this, however, is going to be interesting. So, the way, right, you got Meek. You got Meek over there, who's going to probably be Valkyrie's like assistant. But I don't know. This part I'm not really looking forward to. This reminds me of like the board meetings from Cobra Kai that I just couldn't give a frog's fat ass about. It just remind. I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. This is going to probably be one of them points in the movie where it's just humans and are talking to Valkyrie and she's just not caring about it or whatever because the friction between human and Asgardian or whatnot. Could be something like that. Who knows? Okay, so I presume the place that we're going to is Zeus. Zeus's area. Okay. Whoa, hold on. Let me go back. I was trying to see if that was Jane, but I don't think it is. I think that's Thor. Yeah, that's Thor and Korg. I was trying to see if I could spot the person. Now, this right here is the endgame humor. This is endgame humor right here, where it's just literally, find people that you love and look at them. And then he's looking at them, and then Thor's like, I'm looking at you. It's just yeesh. Like I do love that scene in Endgame when they're just, oh yes, please use knives. No, 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 there should be no knifing one another today. It's just though he's like, there should be no knifing one another. It's like it's the way he said it. And then he's trying to back this way and he's trying to get more in view. It's just a weird damn Jesus. Look at his arm, man. Christ. Holy shit. So this is after the mission, and then they get whatever they need, and then they bugger off. And then Thor does a bit of soul searching. Now, the bit here, I mean, this right here. So Mjolnir is destroyed. So I think this confirms to me, it's like a Kylo Ren situation. The mask is like destroyed and then Kylo reforges it. Whatever is used to reforge this, the pieces of Mjolnir are going to be reforged together. And then that's when it goes to the mighty Jane Foster. And Thor's like, oh, sugar, honey iced tea. It's you. Now, what's interesting here is the approach that they take to this situation is something I'm really fascinated with. Because for me personally, I mean, I'm not much of a shipper, as you know, but Thor and Jane was an OG MCU ship. So can we please just restore it? Like, can we not do any crazy Game of Thrones, Walking Dead level territory stuff where we just start doing outlandish pairings for no reason? So get Thor and Jane back together, and it's Thor Love and Thunder. Like, maybe a big part of the movie is him trying to wooze her or whatnot. But I'm very fascinated with where Jane is at because it's been so long you know, since we've seen her. And goddamn, Natalie Portman, absolutely beautiful. It's been a long time since we've seen Jane. So does that beg to question, is this a different Jane than before? Or is it still the same Jane, but, you know, rejuvenated and given a second chance? Like, I think you will see how she gets Mjolnir in like a flashback or something like that, you know, via the Odin Force, which would be pretty cool. July 2022. So there you go. It's this year. But yeah, I really do enjoy the trailer. I think, you know, it's not amazing. It's not bad. It's all right. I don't get any Venom 2 vibes, which is already a good start. And I'm really enjoying the fact that I'm not going to be sitting there, you know, getting completely angry over little things. I mean, with the multiverse opening, this is what I mean. It is possible, but in all honesty, I think you need. I would prefer it just to be the main Jane. Like, this is the only problem with Well, not the only problem, but one of the main problems with multiverse being open is anytime a character is brought back after all, it's like, oh, is it a variant? It's like, well, I really hope this is the main Jane Foster, because Jane Foster's story in the comic books is really heartfelt. It's really heartfelt. And I think you could really have a good storyline there. And I think that would make people feel better about her holding Mjolnir. You know, it's when she was announced to be holding Mjolnir, like at the Comic-Con, I was literally there like, oh my god, they better not be kicking out Thor. And clearly they're not doing that, so thank God for that. But her cancer storyline, you know, is very heartfelt and emotional. Let me find it. Hang on. I mean, there is a storyline, the War of the Realms, where she's with Thor and she ends up sacrificing her life, and the mantle goes back to the original Thor. Now, what I think they could do is for the next portion of Thor's character, I think they'll get him and Jane back together in this one. And I think in the next one, they'll be working together. And then Thor 6 is when she'll die. I think they'll pull the plug and Jane will die in the 6th one. But by then, you'll have had Avengers and stuff anyway. So she'll have had her due. But I think, you know, maybe instead of doing outright cancer, you could adapt it to where the reality stone had infected her with something and all that kind of stuff. You can really hit it being a very emotional thing, and the ether could be the reason as to why it happens. So, you know, it's an unexplained situation. And then in Thor Ragnarok, there's clearly a moment when Thor's reminiscing on Jane as well. So just get them back together. Let it just be normal Jane. Seems like it's in the first 25 minutes, showing Thor's mental state. Yeah, that's all it should be. It shouldn't be any more than that. I've got all I need to go and see it. Exactly. Don't replace OG Thor. Keep Thor. For the love of God. Ha! See what I did there? For the love of God, please keep Thor. And I was talking about this the other day. I think the best villain for the next Avengers film would actually be Ultron. Because, hear me out. How poetic would it be that one of the old Avengers foes comes back and the new Avengers team has to fight him? Like, that's their bonding moment. They have to fight an old threat of the old Avengers. Like, you'll still have Thor and Hawkeye in there, maybe, but they have to fight the old threat and then they bond as a new team. Like, it could be a good bonding moment. Unless they just go straight for Secret Wars and all that kind of stuff, which is, again, very possible. Very, very, very possible. But guys and girls, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think of this trailer? What was your favorite moment? What are you excited for? What are your worries? What are your fears? Let me know in the comment section. World Breaker. Oh, that could be good. That could be very good. Now, Shamoon is currently doing an Instagram live at the minute. Let's just watch this.
Bullshit. I can see it. Shit. I can see it in your eyes. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. RJ, do the creepy smile. Roll the pin.
Here we go. Watch this. Watch this. Everyone listen, I'm in.
Come on, Jacob. He's live at the same time. Oh,
see, they're talking about Cobra Kai once again. Once again. Can't get them off the stuff, you know? It's addictive. It's addictive. Absolutely addictive. There you go. Look at that. Everyone say hello to these fine gentlemen right here. There you go. Hello. How are you, boys?
Hey, brother.
Doing good?
How's your stream going, man?
Not too bad. Just watching the Thor trailer. Asking some questions to the chat.
How did you like it?
It's all right.
It wasn't a lot, but
I think it's pretty good.
I think people were expecting a lot more, and I was as well. But I think the trailer will be way better.
Yeah, it's only a teaser. Like, you know, give it some time. And I think
some people are making too much of a fuss about the teaser.
We've also got to remember that it's just going to be Ragnarok doubled down. Like, it's, you know, we've got to just prepare ourselves for that.
Yo, TCK, you might want to brewmate for a while, son. Might want to go in brewmation, as Chris would say.
AR says, the trailer is sick. I just love Marvel movies and I can't wait till it comes out. Not going to lie. You know what? It's a good summer blockbuster. That's what it is. Can't wait to see Thor and Jane, you know. They're good comment.
Yeah, I have to say, Jane did look pretty cool.
Hey, I just said it a minute ago. Like, it brought out the Attack of the Clones Padme crush once again. I was like, sheesh. I was like, damn. God damn.
I would laugh so hard if Jane Foster becomes such a fan favorite after this movie, because the way they did her in the first two films was so bad. But they did this new term with her. I will give my props to Taika, because that would be impressive. But this film is about Chris Hemsworth's Thor. I don't want it to be about her.
Oh no.
Like, she can get her time another film, but this isn't about
Christian Bale and Chris Hemsworth to go at it. That's what I want.
Yeah,
damn
it's
right.
his film, and I mean, we don't know how many times we're going to see him back, you know. So we'll be in Guardians 3, but we'll see what else happens.
There's Strike. There's.
Jacob, you got the Logitech. I'm happy you got that.
Mm-hmm. Got the Logitech. I'll let you guys crack on. I'm going to carry on with this Thor Lightning Thunder stream. But yeah.
Have fun, bro.
Oats.
My brother. Stream. Yeah.
Okay. Back to the point. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Get your comments in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. What did you like? What didn't you like? Let me know. Let me know. The world needs Cobra Kai. Yes. Well, you see, the thing is with Jane, this is what I would do. Is they're clearly not bringing her back to have her exit anytime soon. And in my opinion, you've got to keep Thor around. You cannot, like Thor's character, because he's a god, you don't have to get rid of him. So here's what you do. Thor Love and Thunder, you bring her back. By the time Thor 5 rolls around, these two they'll have to work together as a duo. Then by Thor 6, maybe you have her exit. You have her cancer storyline or the ether storyline begin to wrap up. You can really make it an emotional storyline to where you don't screw over the character of Thor. And I think a problem for me when this was announced was everyone was like, oh, the new Thor. It's like, well, hold on a minute. Like, literally, let me play the clip. Let me just play the clip. Hang on. Like, hold the phone. Like, hold the phone a second. Before we start going, yes, Queen! Before we start doing that, hang on. Story reason. Does it feel organic? Do I believe it? Do I believe in the choices made by the characters or by the story or the author intent? And I didn't believe that Thor was going to get kicked out. I was firmly against that. I thought it was stupid. I felt like it was like, why the hell would you do that to one of the OG 6 members? You know, and it would, on a side note, War Machine should have really been one of the OGs. I'm just saying. No, I don't think so. I think, if anything, she'll replace him in a different way. I don't think she's going to replace him as in Thor's going to be kicked out the MCU or whatever. Like, I think that's a stupid decision. I think from a business standpoint, that makes no sense, because at the end of the day, with someone like Chris Hemsworth, you know, ladies go to see him because he's hot. Guys go to see him because he's funny. Like, it's just, you know, oh wait, I mean, except, you know, hello there. Speaking of the devil, you know, guys go and see Chris Hemsworth as Thor because he's funny. Ladies go and see him because of his abs. You know, it's, and that's just the way it is. But I think what's going to happen is Jane is going to take the role of Thor, and Thor, like our Thor, is going to be set up for either Rune King Thor or Allfather. And for me personally, I think you set him up for Allfather. That's what I think you should do. Set him up for the Allfather arc or Rune King. One of those two. Have Jane take over the main Thor role, and then have Thor go across the galaxy like a wanderer. Like he's going from place to place, saving planet to planet. Like his time with the Guardians of the Galaxy inspires him to the point where he goes from planet to planet, you know, righting wrongs or helping people or helping the little, basically Spider-Man, but on a global scale, like not a global scale, a cosmic scale. And then when the next Avengers level threat comes around, then you've got him with this full strength. And I think the best way you can carry on his character arc is when he's sat at the throne, right, or a throne, like Odin, but he's like a watcher. Like he's literally a watcher of the universe. And I think, you know, you can really develop the story to that point where we get there. And it's a moment where, because what pisses me off with storytelling nowadays is, take the sequel trilogy, for instance, is just because you bring new characters in, oh, that means the old characters have to go. No, what scripture or what biblical prophecy says that you have to kick out the old characters to service the new? Did you know, did Cobra Kai kick out Johnny by the end of season 1 just because Miguel was brought in? No. Like it's, for me, you can bring Jane in and have her story be unfolded and told. But what I really want, what I personally want, and I'm looking for, is I want us to really invest in Jane. And the first 2 episodes or movies, we couldn't really. There wasn't a lot to go on. So we can really delve into the emotional levels of her character. And Natalie Portman is one hell of an actress. So she can pull it off. No doubt about it. So I think we really need to go all in with the storyline of her potentially dying and Mjolnir being summoned to her to save her life. And if you look at the trailer, it's reforged. So I think it is our Jane. And I think he will have this moment between Thor and Jane where it's almost like Days of Future Past, where Logan sees Jane. Ha! That would have been funny. Logan sees Jean at the end of that. And he's like, Jean, you're here. And then, you know, he reaches and Scott's like, whoa, easy, pal. Obviously, without Scott and without, you know, that dialogue, but it'll just be a moment where they're looking at each other. And Jane's like, sup? You know, and we'll get context to what really happened because it's only been alluded to what's happened between these two. It's never been really stated, in my opinion, what actually happened. And mostly that's just because Natalie Portman didn't return for Ragnarok. And, you know, like everyone, everyone rags on Marvel until they see the money. Then the tune changes. I can't hate it. Can't hate it. You know, get that back. So I do feel like there is opportunity here to give Jane a very emotionally compelling story that we can get behind and we can really invest in. Do you think Jane was blipped? Hang on. Let me check. The script for Avengers Endgame reveals that Wong, Jane Foster, and Ross were snapped by Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. So apparently she might have been, actually. Yeah. She was wiped out, yeah. So during the blip, she wouldn't have been around. So that makes sense timeline-wise. And I think, you know, with the storyline of her cancer or dying, it gives her the perspective of, you know, especially in the comics, it gives her the perspective of you only live once, you know, and I think that's a good angle to take to her character. You see, this is the thing. There's a lot of conflicting reports. I don't know. But I don't think Wong was. It's just an article thing here. Wong, I'm sure, survived. Wong survived it because he got the Sorcerer Supreme on a technicality because Strange was snapped. But I think the Endgame script revealed that Jane was snapped. So we'll have to. I suppose I'll have to do some more research and find out that. I think in the movie it'll be revealed whether she was snapped or not. But if we're going the real comic book route, where is the blip that 5-year thing where Thanos clicked his fingers? Yep. So I think we can really delve into the emotional aspects of the character and we can really get into the nitty gritty and why we should invest in her, because I believe in show, don't tell. Like you can tell us, but show us why we should care, show us why we should root. And there's a lot of controversy surrounding this movie of supposedly Thor getting kicked out of his own franchise and all that kind of stuff. If you do that, aside from the stands that sit there going, oh, aside from the stands that sit there doing that shit, then no one, and I repeat, no one is going to be happy that the original Thor is disrespected like that. So Jane Foster will take the role of Thor, and then Chris Hemsworth Thor will become something greater. And I think that would be, you know, as much as Thor Ragnarok has its moments, Kevin Feige wouldn't let that happen. You know, he's not stupid. With the way that they handled No Way Home and Toby and Andrew, I have full confidence that they'll treat Chris Hemsworth with the respect that he deserves. And he's one of the OG 6. And in my opinion, Thor can carry on for however long. He doesn't need to exit just because the other Avengers have. Just because the other Avengers have doesn't mean he needs to go. It's like that thing of just because a player leaves your team, it doesn't mean you got to replace the whole team. You just replace the player that's gone. So although Captain America is retired, Tony and Widow are dead, and Hawkeye is for all intents and purposes retired, and Hulk is like got an arm damaged, it doesn't mean you can leave them out permanently. You could still have them be involved. And with the Shang-Chi post-credit scene, Bruce is still very much involved. And then with the Black Widow stuff going forward, Clint's definitely going to be involved in that. He's going to probably be more involved in the grounded level stuff like Daredevil. Then you have Thor that can really birth the new era of cosmic into the MCU, i.e. where they're going with Zeus, where they're going with probably the Celestials down the road. And I think, in my opinion, if you have OG characters, keep them. Because as much as characters come in and you tell new stories, I've said this before, what makes stories special is having a tether to older stories. So when you're watching like the first Avengers, or you're watching the first Iron Man, for instance, you know, hey, he makes it to Endgame, but at least he interacts with characters like Thor that end up, you know, going forth and continuing the journey sort of thing. And piggybacking off of a point I made earlier, the Avengers is too big now to be one team. You have opportunity for Avengers, West Coast Avengers, Thunderbolts, Dark Avengers, Midnight Suns. There is a lot of potential now. As long as Sony, and I didn't say Sinister Six for a reason, as long as Sony don't keep fucking shit up, then we can really get that, and it can be a great moment. That you know, what started as an idea to bring together 6 people is now this like global strike force. Like it's incredible. Exactly. GD. Yes.
Hello there.
That is exactly that right there. By Avengers 5, he can be the All-Father, and if Galactus comes in Avengers 6, Rune King Thor. You can't have Galactus in the MCU and not have like Thor in some way. Like, come on. What if Thor did it instead of Hulk, bringing back the people? Do you think he would have got badly injured? He wasn't in the right state to do it, though. Oh, Thor would have survived. Yeah, I think Thor would have survived it, but I think he would have sustained some damage. I think not as much as Hulk, but the way Thor was, he was just in no shape to do it whatsoever. Let me have a little look. Let me see what people are saying. Hang on. Could Thor survive snapping the gauntlet? I think he could. To be honest, I think he could. And then, not to mention, though, before that, in Infinity War, he's literally using his, you know, strength to hold open the forge, you know, and he's getting blasted with all this heat and energy. He would have survived. He would have survived. Yeah, I would like them to split Hulk and Banner up, if I'm being honest. The Thunderbolts, the true Marvel Suicide Squad. Yes! Not fucking the Sinister Six, Sony. The movie got to show how OP. Yes, please. Like that scene in Ragnarok where it's you know, that kind of stuff. I want to go all in with that. This time with more. And that's why I was so excited for Infinity War with Thanos to go at him, because by then Thor had gotten extremely powerful without any weapons or anything. So it is a bit of a, what can you do? What can you do? I mean, I wish so too, but I think, you need to have stakes, and I think a character arc is completed, when it's completed. And I love the soundtrack that plays in the first Avengers when he's carrying the nuke through the portal, and they use that same music when Thanos' army is dusting, and I love it. Oh! Prime Thor with both of those would have gone absolutely havoc. How many are you talking about much about Moon Knight? I need to watch episode 3, but I am enjoying Moon Knight so far. Oscar Isaac is nailing it, and I tell you what, they have a gem, an absolute gem in Moon Knight. Like, he's almost like another Deadpool kind of thing, breaking the fourth wall, very self-aware. I think Moon Knight is a very good character for them going forward, and I think he's very good potential. Let me just focus it on that, being a bit glossy at the moment. When did people start thinking Sinister Six was Marvel's Suicide Squad? When Sony decided to start being stupid. That's when that happened. Yeah, it was either going to be one or the other. One of those guys wasn't making it out of there. And I'm not going to lie, Captain America could have easily continued. It's just because Chris Evans wanted out. Captain America could have easily carried on, but it is what it is. When Thor got 2 of those dude, when he called Mjolnir and Stormbreaker to him, oi, damn. Like, the man said, fuck, let me just get 2 things quickly. Like, he said, I will take both of these. Let's kill them properly this time. Woo-hoo! Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Flawless. Absolutely flawless. Let me pull up the trailer again. Let me pull up the trailer one more time. Go through some highlighted moments. All right. So as I said, workout montage at the start of the movie. Then you've got him meditating Miyagi-Do style. Then when he opens his eyes here, that's when the Guardians come to get him. And then that's when he reveals his muscle. The Guardians are with him for the first 40 minutes. They go. And then it leads into a brand new story of Thor. So there'll probably be a time jump. There'll definitely be a time jump of some description as the movie progresses. I watched No Way Home last week, and boy, that movie is absolutely... I mean, I was wondering what bagassy meant then. Yeah, it's badass. Well, they could have done that, but Chris Evans wanted out. But I have a feeling Chris Evans and RDJ will come back down the line. 100%. Everyone comes back. One scene in Moon Knight is The Incredibles, Stephen and Mark. I mean, this is the thing. Oscar Isaac has always been a great actor. Always. And then Star Wars did fuck all with him, but, that's neither here nor there. Now, let me find an article to read through. Right. Okay, this is going to come from MCU to get autocorrect. Oh, trust me, that happened a lot. Let me just... There you go. Hang on, where is it? Let me... Oh, no! That was... There we go. That was the right one. Okay. Get that advert off my screen. What's with all these adverts? Jesus. It's like a certain creator. Chris Hemsworth reacts to Thor 4 trailer with a promise to fans. Oh, hang on. This is cool. The God of Thunder has returned after weeks of anticipation from fans. The first teaser for Thor Love and Thunder has finally arrived. Due to the return of Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi, as well as the film's title, there was little doubt that Thor 4 would be a wild ride. Well, yeah. Now, fans have an idea of what Chris Hemsworth's post-Avengers Endgame tale has in store. Even though the footage was only a teaser's length, its 90 seconds were jam-packed with reveals and first looks. Those included the debuts of Jane Foster's Mighty Thor and Russell Crowe's Zeus, as well as the return of Guardians of the Galaxy and Tessa Thompson's King Valkyrie. To mark the start of Love and Thunder's marketing campaign, Thor's own Chris Hemsworth and other MCU stars have taken to social media to share their own reactions. To celebrate the release of Thor Love and Thunder's debut teaser, Chris Hemsworth posted his own reaction online while promising fans that you'll laugh, you'll cry, then you'll laugh so much you'll cry some more. Damn, there could be some emotional beats in this movie then. Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn also shared a teaser on Twitter while quoting a line from the trailer that reads, "Look into the eyes of the one you love." But also Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the final one. Love and Thunder's director supporting star Taika Waititi also shared this teaser with his own signature brand of humor in a tweet. Here is the full-length finished movie. Eat and enjoy. Well, that's Taika. Even though much of Marvel's Phase 4 is centered on the multiverse and the MCU's ever-growing freshman class, Love and Thunder is proof that Marvel Studios hasn't abandoned its remaining OG Avengers. Exactly. Don't do that shit. In addition to this being the fourth installment in the Thor franchise, Thor 4. The film boasts an extensive cast while also teeing up the Guardians of the Galaxy threequel. Until now, the story surrounding the summer flick is actually centered on its lack of marketing as opposed to its potential impact. In fact, Love and Thunder shattered an MCU record, first set by Incredible Hulk as the shortest marketing campaign for Marvel Studios' release time between first trailer and date. Damn. Just why it's taken so long to see Jane Foster, the Guardians, and now Zeus is still up for debate. However, since its premiere is just over 2 months away, Marvel fans can expect more footage sooner than later. And in my opinion, we don't need any more. We don't need any more. Yeah, Drax, Rocket, they're definitely dying in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Have I seen... I haven't seen Sonic yet. I heard Knuckles is brilliant in that. Okay, guys, I'll go for another half hour. That's the beauty of these chosen lives is, I spend about a good hour talking about the subject matter and then a good half an hour doing whatnot. So I'm going to be here for half an hour. So get your questions in the chat. Get your questions. Comment anything about anything except Cobra Kai. I need a break from that. Comment anything about Thor, Marvel, the MCU, Star Wars. Let me know. Let me know. But yes, let me just quickly play one more. There we go. Okay, here we go. So, hey, Darius, what's up? I think Quill may retire to live his life out on Earth after Guardians 3 would show him getting over his trauma. Now, that would be a great way to bring everything full circle. That would be a great way to bring everything full circle. Maybe he could stay at New Asgard. Maybe that could be a way that, you keep the character around. Because by and large, once Guardians 3 is done, is Guardians of the Galaxy going to continue? I mean, it could do, but if James Gunn isn't at the helm, then I don't really want it because it's not going to be the same, Drax is played by Batista, but, I don't like Drax. I mean, well, Drax, for me, one big missed opportunity that I have with Drax's character is... in the comics, he's so vengeful against Thanos, and they didn't really... They alluded to it, and they did Thanos! And then, but they didn't really do much beyond that. And when they did come face to face, he was like, what does this monster have to mourn? That's basically all they did with that. So I would like, some kind of closure for Drax before they axe him. DC overhaul, what are your thoughts? Well, it's about time they cleaned house over there and started cleaning out the shit show that is going on over there. Christ almighty. Keep hurting my head with that TED clip. Which one you like better? First one, hands down. Like the second movie, I don't really care for the second movie much, but if I watch the second movie, it's for Yondu. Yondu's death in the second movie, man, he may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy. Rocket's probably going to meet his end. Drax is going to meet his end in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It just seems right, as all of his character is about vengeance, so his death will close his arc and give him peace. Yeah, it could be a really quite sad thing. And knowing James Gunn, you know what he's going to do. Drax is going to be dying, and he's probably going to be like, I'm not dying. I'm passing into the next life. But it would be emotional if Drax says something like, I'm going to go and see my wife and daughter. It's man. Hey, Yondu in Infinity War would have been fucking nuts. But I don't want them to undo that death because it was so heartbreaking. But man, it would have been nice to have seen him with the other characters, like him interacting with Doctor Strange or Iron Man. That would have been hilarious. Spider-Man, even that would have been brilliant. That would have been absolutely brilliant. I feel like Drax was only the destroyer in the first movie. Other movies, he's just more the comedic guy. Yeah, he fell into that comedic sidekick role. Guardians 3 going to be sad. The Guardians movies are actually very emotional once you look. They're almost like tragically funny. Like they're funny, but if you remove the humor, there is a lot of sad shit in there. Like the first Guardians film opens up with his mum dying. Like it's and then take my hand, Peter. Like it's off. And then in the second one, he finds his father and he pushes his he finds his blood father, pushes his not blood family away. And then he pushes his not blood father away. And then by the time he loses his blood father, then he loses his non-blood father. It's too late. Kang will be yeah, potentially. I was saying earlier that I wouldn't mind it being Ultron, but I know we've had Ultron, but I gave reasons earlier on. But I think, yeah, Kang's definitely going to be used for it. I think it just makes sense, especially with multiverse just being rampant right now. It just makes sense. People sleeping on Ant-Man 3. Me and RJ trying to tell y'all. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Speaking of, how many views is my little video on right now? Oats. How many views is my trailer on? Not my trailer, my video on. Let me see. I think it was picking up views quite quick. Oh, damn. So it's on 224 views. Nice. Got 12 comments on there. Awesome. Have to go and respond to those comments in a bit. Bang. Awesome. Out of Guardians, I only see Chris with a future in the MCU. Drax, Nebula, Rocket, and Mantis. Yeah, I mean, Mantis, if we're talking about the most expendable, Mantis is quite high up that list. Like, she's number one for me, the most expendable. You could get rid of her. Nebula, I think her arc has been... You know what the thing is? A lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy characters are tied to Thanos, and because Thanos is now no longer in the MCU, a lot of their arcs have been fulfilled. Nebula was about getting her revenge on her father for breaking her apart and doing all this kind of stuff. Drax was about avenging his family. Rocket was just along for the ride there. So was Groot. Like, Groot's fine. They've already killed him once. They're not going to do it again. So Groot's fine. I think Star-Lord's fine. And I think Gamora's fine because she's already been killed once. So Groot, Star-Lord, and Gamora, they're fine. Nebula, Drax, Rocket, Mantis, those four are marked for dead. I'm not saying they're all going to die, but James Gunn is about to go out on a banger. And if any of you have seen Suicide Squad, not that shitty MTV video, the one that he's directed, he kills characters left and right. So don't be surprised if those four that I just mentioned end up getting the axe. Who do you think should play MCU Wolverine? This is a good question. This is a very good question. And for this one, I'm gonna trust the casting department. I'm gonna trust the casting department on this one. And I think we all need to be welcoming and accept that Hugh Jackman, the show must go on. As much as Hugh Jackman can have a cameo in Doctor Strange 2 and whatever, I do want the role of Wolverine to be carried on if the X-Men are brought over, so I trust the casting department. Roman from Fast Movies and Drax got, yeah, basically. Roman in Too Fast, Too Furious had that sort of muscle guy role, and then he was reduced to comedic relief. Ultron return, exactly. A Young Avenger. Oh, Young Avengers would be better for that, actually. I like that. Yeah, I don't really care about Mantis. I mean, she's cool, but don't really care. Nebula in Endgame, but she's nothing else. Yeah, this is what I mean. A lot of the characters are so linked to Thanos that by now, it's at a point where most of the character arcs are fulfilled. Where do you go from here? Where do you go? How do you take a character like Nebula and give her a new story? And even in Infinity War, because she wasn't, or in Endgame, sorry, she wasn't snapped. So when she was playing with Tony with the little flicking things, and she was like, it was fun. Like, she's already had a bit of a character arc there outside of her main one. So with her and Rocket being the only survivors, put it this way, whoever survived the snap and was alive in the 5 years, after the 5 years, they're all fair game. I'm just saying. Probably not going to kill Mantis since nobody really cares about her. I mean, to be fair though, as much as I say that Mantis could be the one that's killed off easiest, because she feels emotion like none of the others do, her death will hurt. She'll be bloody crying and she'll be like, I can feel pain. I feel cold. Like James Gunn is just gonna poke, like just poke the bear. What do you think's gonna happen? Like he's just gonna poke. Yeah, Nebula was great. She's one of the underrated MCU characters. We got to let go of you. Exactly. Retire the jersey and then start with it. It's that thing in theatre. The show must go on. You are not your role. The role will always carry on. Darius shows them, yes. Endgame, but how is both Nebulas connected? Well, it never really made sense, but by and large, it's just because they were in the same time frame and it was software interfering kind of thing. It's like having the two Terminator models from the same time and the same timeline. It's probably just something like that. Oh god, it's like you feel love. Yeah, I guess you could say I feel something. No, sexual love for her. You must be so embarrassed. Do me. I'd want to see the young X-Men with James McAvoy, Evan Peters join the MCU, then only a new Wolverine would need to be cast. Well, this is what I was saying, is you bring over James McAvoy, you bring over Michael Fassbender, Nicholas Hoult, and Evan Peters. Everyone else, you scrap and you start fresh. Sorry to all the other actors who played the other X-Men. I just think you should scrap them. Marvel Contest of Champions. I used to play the shit out of that game, but I haven't played it in ages. Hugh and Doctor Strange. Yeah, like, I think you'll see Hugh in Doctor Strange 2 and maybe in Deadpool 3 as a little funny cameo. Other than those two movies, that's it. As much as I'd want Hugh to be the MCU's Wolverine, the X-Men are only just about to be introduced, and the ones that are coming in Multiverse of Madness are multiverse variants. But when the MCU inevitably has their own versions of the X-Men, they're going to want them for 10 or 20 years. Like, Hugh's not going to play Wolverine when he's 70. Like, it's, Oh, it is a good game. What if there was a 2 Jacob Angle in the same timeline?
You are in big doo-doo this time.
Mark Strong would be a great Professor X. Mark Strong is a very good choice. Very, very good choice. And everything's messed up at DC anyway, so we ain't got to worry about him playing Dr. Savannah. But going to go for another 23 minutes, people. Get all your questions in. Doctor Strange 2. I'm calling it. Doctor Strange 2. Let me have a look. Doctor Strange 2. Nicolas Cage. Now, it isn't like, oh my god, there's Mephisto. Apparently he says he won't be reprising his role as Ghost Rider, but he would return if asked. With a note of disappointment says, man. But then again, we've been lied to before. Sorry, autocorrect messed your name. Yeah. Bloody autocorrect. Mark Strong was amazing as Sinestro. I don't care what no one says. Daniel Craig as Magneto. Wouldn't be a bad recast. But I say you just bring Michael and James over. Like, for me, they weren't given their credit. And Michael and James could play the characters for another 20 years. So I say bring them over. Gotta go young with, yes, young. Young is the way. Shazam 2 is set to release December 2022. Okay. I like the first Shazam. I really enjoyed the first Shazam. I think, that I did have conversations with people about Shazam, and they would all say, hey, why is this in the DCEU? I said, well, if you think about it, they need a movie like this in DCEU to, really rejuvenate the DCEU as far as tone. I think Shazam is a fun movie. And I think there's one bit of that movie that sticks with me is that Billy holds onto that toy all his life. And when he finally reunites with his mum, he shows her it and she doesn't even remember it. Now that shit broke my heart. That shit absolutely broke my heart. I said, man, that was heartbreaking. But I love the first Shazam. And Shazam's themes, you know, were like, it's not about whose blood you carry, it's who you care about, you know? And it was like heart, family, adulthood, and doubt. You know, there was a lot of that across the board. And plus the castings were just brilliant. You know, from the kids to the adults, just great casting all around. I personally wouldn't have cast Mark Strong as Dr. Savannah. I would have brought him back as Sinestro because he was perfect as that. But hey, Jane can now get revenge. Know your boy Anakin. Grammar! Damn it, Ty. Jane can now get revenge on your boy Anakin. Hayden isn't in the MCU, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean. Let me just, you know, where is it? There we go. I like that Billy had a good foster family. Foster families are usually depicted as bad. Exactly. There's a lot of, I mean, don't get me wrong. Foster families, there are some bad stories and stuff, but there are situations where you can have a family, like a foster family, where they generally care. And what I liked about the family that took Billy in is they were all foster kids as well, so they knew what it was like. So they just brought together a family of whatnot. And I think the little girl, the little girl with the glasses, and Billy just flips out at her, and then she just walks off. You know, like I've said before, I hate it when characters are given an emotional punch and then they just walk out of shot. Like that. So like when, you know, I love you too, Robbie. And then Miguel breaks and then he walks out very slowly. And then Kreese kicks Bert out the dojo and he just walks slowly. Like I get choked up, you know? Yeah, and I really like that the movie had the balls to go all in. It didn't shy away from the fact that Billy hadn't seen his mum in ages, and it wasn't because his mum wasn't looking for him. It's because she wasn't looking for him. She just wasn't looking for him. She didn't really care. You know, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I give them credit for going all in with that. So you know how in Fast 9 they went into space? Now they need to join the Marvel gang because fuck it, why not? Family! You know what? You mentioned Fast and Furious. Let's get the holy grail of family energy. There we go. Family. But yeah, I really enjoyed Shazam. I might rewatch that soon. I really enjoyed the first one. Let me see what someone said. Marilyn Batson, that's the mum's name, isn't it? And, you know, the thing is it's not about being biologically related to be family. That's what I really like. Yeah, I don't like that she just gave up either. It was just kind of like, this is your son. How can you do this to hit? Like, and from her perspective and her point of view, she might not have felt ready and she felt like she couldn't handle it. But you didn't have to completely bugger off. You didn't have to abandon him. Like, you know, you could have just said, look, I put you into a foster home because I thought it was best for you. I thought these people could raise you better and give you the life that you deserve. But it doesn't mean that she had to cut contact and bugger off. That's not what a mum's supposed to do. You know, she literally took the path that was easiest. And poor Billy, you know, and then yeah, exactly. When she rejected, that's her son, her own kid. You know, it's like, what the hell are you doing? Hey, Mustang, what's up? When Peter yelled at Mr. I remember when I first saw Spider-Man 3 in the cinema, right? And he's like, you'll get your rent when you fix this damn door. And of course it's funny now. Never goes, but at the time, I was like, you know, Mr. Dickovich made like this sad face. I was like, Peter, you better fucking, you asshole, Peter Parker. Excuse me, Peter Parker, come here. You go and apologize to that man right now. And then luckily later on he did. And he said, sorry about the door. There's nothing to be angry about. And Mr. Dickovich is like, orange? I was like, you know? But credit to Mr. Dickovich, because he said, you know, he is good boy. Must be in some kind of trouble. So there you go. Like, that's what Spider-Man 3 is heavily underrated in that aspect. Blue Beetle will be about family too. Oh, yeah, of course. Blue Beetle and Shazam team up. I wouldn't mind that. Really wouldn't mind that. Yeah, I'm great, Mustang. I'm great. How are you? Watch the Thor trailer and all that kind of stuff. Not too bad. Another 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Another 15 minutes. And then I'm going to go work on a video for Wednesday. But yeah, it's good to be streaming again. Good to be doing Chosen Lives again. But I really enjoyed Shazam, and I thought Shazam was a step in the right direction for DC, and they needed something that really softened the tone, especially when you had dark after dark after dark after dark. It's like, put a bit of light in there. Like, you know? In Spider-Man No Way Home, and they asked Tobey Maguire, how does your web shooters work? Does it come out your wrist, or does it come out someplace else? It's like, yeah, I'd rather not talk. Are you teasing me? No, he's not teasing you. It's just, we can't do that, so naturally we're curious. It's like, if it's personal, I don't want to pry. It's just the way they're in the lab, and then he flicks on the chair with the web, and they're like, whoa! I'm like, how do you do that? It's like, you can't do that, huh? I'm like, Toby is the GOAT for that reason alone. Just my opinion. I can already feel the anger in the comment section. But I want to see more of Andrew and Toby. I think their run isn't done yet. I would like to see more of them, and I think you can really... They just have such a great dynamic, you know? Spider-Man 3 is heavily underrated. Like, it's not amazing in terms of the way it treats Venom and all that kind of stuff, but the overall tone and the theme of the movie, I really enjoy. And the theme of forgiveness is really strong in that movie. And I sometimes watch it whenever I feel like, you know, I need to forgive someone, you know, and I just see the story that Peter goes through and that kind of stuff. Yeah. I know it. Oh, I really hate that shit. Don't break... When Daniel made Mr. Miyagi cry, I said, how dare you? How dare you? Oh, I need to do a stream for Aquaman 2, because I tell you what, I have a theory. In the first Aquaman, you know how Aquaman saves the people on the boat or the submarine, and he leaves Black Manta's father for dead. How poetic would it be if Black Manta leaves Aquaman's dad for dead? And remember, it's the second act. And as I've always said, the second act in your 3-act play is always the darkest for our protagonists. So go all in. I love Black Manta as well. Brilliant in that movie. Peter screams at Uncle Ben. Dude, when Peter screams at Uncle Ben, he's like, stop pretending to be. And then Uncle Ben's like, right, I'll pick you up here at 10. I was like, oh. And then in The Amazing Spider-Man, where, you know, he's like, you know, how dare you? And then he slams the door. The glass shatters everywhere. And then, like, May and Ben, they're just like this, you know, and looking at him like sad. And then Peter just fucks off. And then Ben follows him. And the voice message and the... Ugh. Why is Peter Parker such a jerk sometimes? Saw Fantastic Beasts over the weekend. Oh, what'd you think? What'd you think? Oh, yes, I haven't talked about that. Mid, still got a lot of the same problems I have with Fantastic Beasts, but much better. Much better. Prowler is rumored for Spider-Man 4. Oh, he'd be good to bring in. Very good. Aquaman 2 to come out this year. Unfortunately, it's coming out next year. Yeah, it'll come out though. We'll get there. Yeah, I was like, Peter, you jerk. It's like that scene in Home Alone when he's like, look what you did, you little jerk. I'm like, all right, Frank. All right, chill out. Grow some air. We grew up watching Tobey Maguire. Kids nowadays grew up watching Andrew and Tom. It's crazy out there. And that's the thing. There wasn't really a lot of time between Toby, Tom, and Andrew. Like, there hasn't really been much time. It feels like it, but it really hasn't. But it's just, you know, I think back to like Spider-Man's end credits in the first. It's like, I'm so high, you know, Nickelback. You know, it's like, I'm not gonna stand here and wait. You know, oh yeah. Tom wants Spider-Man to be selfish sometimes. Well, I think Spider-Man. I want Peter to be selfish, but it's not Spider-Man. But I want him to, though. He does deserve to be selfish. Well, I mean, this is exactly why Venom 2 fucked up. Because Venom 2, Carnage should have killed Anne. Right? Anne is dead. So then it doesn't matter if Toxin or Null or whoever the fuck comes. You've made it personal between Carnage and Venom. Forever. Then Eddie and Venom get into a massive argument. Venom splits, does a bunk. He goes to New York. Right? goes from person to person. What better person for Venom to come in contact with than someone like Peter Parker, Fallout of No Way Home? He's perfect for the symbiote right now. Especially after Aunt May. You saw how he's beating on him, like punching him, poof, poof. Like, they could have gone all in. And Sony had to be the one that screwed it up. They had that. Honestly, comment in the chat. Doesn't that sound much better? No, we're going to get bloody Flash Thompson Venom first. Jesus. Blech. John wants to handle Venom the right way. Yes, I agree. I say MCU should just reboot Venom. Have two Venoms fighting against each other, because then it makes Sony's one look even shitter. And I like Tom Hardy, though. For Fantastic Beasts 3 is my favorite one out of the three. They left us on a huge cliffhanger. Well, the problem I have with Fantastic Beasts is it doesn't go all in. And I feel like we're at a point now where the third one was a course correction. Now that we've done a course correction, it's time to unravel the war. And I mean, they said that they were going to reach Order of the Phoenix levels of fighting in this movie, and they didn't. Where was it? I didn't see it. They did some Doctor Strange stuff here or there, but it wasn't there. It wasn't on the level of Dumbledore versus, Voldemort in the Ministry of Magic in Order of the Phoenix, in one of the greatest fucking fights in cinematic history. Like, that's two wizards at the peak of their prime going at it, and Voldemort stands no chance against Dumbledore. Absolutely zero chance. If they can pull off a duel between Grindelwald and young Dumbledore like that in 4 or 5, then I'll believe that. But man, they got a lot of work to do. Oh, I'm glad we got more on Theseus as well. I really like Theseus. I want to learn more about him. And Jacob, Jacob was just flipping hilarious. Dan Fogler's just a treasure. There's just moments where when I went to see it with Stuart, shout out to you, Stuart, by the way, where we were watching it, and when Lally, I think it is, she uses a spell and starts throwing all these crystal balls at someone, and it just goes ding, 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 ding. I was cracking up. Symbiote Peter should go after Mysterio. That would be a great sequel. When Tom says it's not my problem anymore, Toby and Andrew resonates too. Yeah, I missed the part where that's my problem. Sony should have had you in the writer's room. God damn, how they... I know. And even if they didn't do it that way verbatim, it's just... They just don't know what they're doing. And already all the bad guys genuinely got cured and sent back to their timelines. What would happen? It would be just weird. Well, I mean, did they say that they went back to their original timelines or new timelines? I was like a fanboy. Well, I knew that would be the scene that you'd be bouncing off the walls at. That's why I said you were in for a treat. I feel bad for Tom Hardy. Yeah. Well, I mean, they could still do it in live-action Spider-Verse. So, you never know. Kevin said, get this. Yeah, he was like, I'll take your symbiote, but I'm not taking your Venom. Get him the fuck out of here. If DC isn't screwing up movies, it's Sony. I know, man. It's anger-inducing is what it is. It just... Yeah, that. Final 7 minutes, people. Final 7 minutes. Get your little final comments in. Final comments. It's good squash. Oh, man. I drink a lot of these. Oh, and yeah, by the way, there is a new Kendrick album, May 13th. I saw you share that, Darius, and I saw you share that earlier, Demi. You know where that's from. Andrew gets it's just such an interesting transition at the moment with Sony, because I just don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know what the hell they're doing. It's just one big mess is what it is. Just one big mess. Let me find it. Let me just find it. Hang on. There was a great fan art. Hang on. Let me put this up. One sec. There we go. Pretty dope fan art. I thought Warner Brothers was way worse than Sony. Nah, Sony's way worse. Warner Brothers make mistakes, but Sony are just awful. The GOAT. And what I like about Kendrick is he doesn't just put out trash. Yes, I am. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's a good course correction. Liverpool winning the quadruple this year. Jacob, you heard it here first. All right, going back to full screen. AR. Come here. You've got us in the final. You may get a treble. You're not getting the quadruple. Hopefully I don't eat my words after saying that. I mean, come on, AR, as much as I love you, bro, we've played like 2 FA Cup finals in the last few years and lost them both. I don't want a hat trick of losses. We're going to win this one. We need to win this one. But good luck to us both, you know? Good luck to us both. This Warner Brothers is trying to fix their mistakes. Well, they're using the Flash's biggest storyline to do it, but hey, it's something, I guess. It's something. La da 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 do. Where is it? I'm just gonna get the meme. Just gonna get the meme up. Get the meme up for the final couple of minutes. There we go. Got the meme up. Sinking ship. You're damn right. Your whispers sent shivers down my spine. The Flash cannot be saved. Liverpool with the dub, Champions League and EPL. Oh, God. I forgot you're Liverpool as well, aren't you? Oh, Christ. There you go. ARGD, both Liverpool fans. Oh, dear. Lisa, you're supposed to help me. The Flash cannot be saved, in my opinion. No, it can't. Yeah. Agreed. Sorry, it's not going to be a long one tonight, guys. It's just I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit sleepy. But I wanted to get on here and do a stream and talk about Thor a little bit, even if it wasn't for that long, just to give my consensus on it. Yes, good luck to both teams in the final. Absolutely.
And
Okay, final 3 minutes, people. I'm going to end it bang on 1:30. Okay, so everyone in the chat, AR, thank you for the donation earlier, brother. Lisa, Darius, Tristan, GD, Cobra Kai World, RJ, Demi. Try and make sure I get everyone that's within distance. Mustang. Trying to get everyone that's within scrolling distance. Ty. Who else have I got? I think that might be everyone. I think I might have got everyone. Oh, Juicy, if you're still here, bro. Okay. Thank you all. Edit that pic and put your face in all 3 Spider-Mans, Jacob. I could be tempted to do that, actually. That could be a funny little thing. Guardians. Yeah, it'd be nice. I think the Guardians of the Galaxy, they offer something different. And the problem is the Guardians of the Galaxy set a precedent to where everyone wanted to be them. You think King Shark? I think King Shark would be great to appear in Aquaman 2. That would be an extremely good shout. A very good shout. I don't know how they would make it work, but maybe they could have it in the opening as a throwaway scene or something. Night, Lisa. Night, Mustang. AR, once again, raising a toast to you, sir. Yep. Yo. Did I really, AR? Funniest character in the MCU? Good question. I don't know, because Deadpool's inbound, so I'm going to give it to Deadpool. It's ahead of time. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to say Deadpool. Dude, Black Manta's theme fucking slaps. Black Manta's theme is so good in that movie. Just the whole score in general. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Bit of Ben Solo for you. Okay. Thank you, one and all, for everyone tuning into this stream. It's been awesome. It's been badass. I enjoyed watching the trailer. I enjoyed talking a bit more about it. And, you know, some announcements coming up soon as well. Lots of announcements coming up and lots of great things going forward. So, guys and girls, if you enjoyed this lovely little Chosen Live, make sure you smash that like button. Drop in the comment section below any more conversation you want to have down there. Comment your favorite part of the trailer. Comment your favorite part of the stream. And we're almost at 7K. We are gunning to 7K. So here's to the next adventure for us. You know, we're friends from work. You're welcome, Tristan. Lisa, you're the best. Nothing's gonna ever take you down. Cheers, Mustang. Don't worry, GD, bro. I can relate. I can really relate. Make sure you're taking all the time that you need, bro. That's all I'll say on that one. See you later, RJ. See you later, AR. Thanks again for the donation, bro. How's the pie? So good. There we go. That taste. Strawberries. See you, chump. Really, Darius? All right. Peace out, guys. There shall be no knifing one another.